So, here we are in the time-lapse portion. I thought for this part of the video I would whisper over the building and talk about the build as it goes along, as well as do some ASMR sounds with the box. So, the first step of the build is the base structure of the helmet, so it's just a lot of random blocks to sort of build up to one big rectangle, and then you place all the more detailed panels around it. So that's what I'm doing in the video right now. This is set 7524, and it has 724 pieces. It's in the 18 plus line of the Lego sets. And then here we're moving on to building the base, I believe. So it's sort of the stand the helmet sits on top of. Anyways, like I was saying, this is in the 18 plus line of Lego sets, like the other helmets in the Mos Eisley Cantina. Personally, I've always thought that the 18 plus was kind of just a marketing gimmick. There's nothing harder about these sets to build, or no real reason for it to be 18 plus other than them trying to appeal to older audiences, which is fine, you know, but it seems, it doesn't really add any value to the Lego itself, but hey, nothing to complain about. But anyways, I thought this set was super fun to build. It came out looking pretty good, as you'll see in the end, but there's a lot of really interesting techniques. It kind of goes together like a jigsaw puzzle in some parts, where like things that you don't think are gonna fit together end up like slotting in perfectly. And it looks like there I just finished the back of the helmet. What do you guys like better, the helmets or the regular Lego sets? Personally, I prefer the regular minifig scale sets, but I think the helmets are pretty cool too. Let's see, looks like I just put on one of the sides, or the top of one of the sides. I have a number of other Lego builds that I'm planning on coming up. I have the new TIE Fighter and the new Trouble on Tatooine set, as well as a Separatist AAT that I've yet to build. But before I make those, I sort of wanted to see how people felt about the time lapse as opposed to the hour-long build. So, there, those the long pieces that just went on are what the tubes that go to the front are made out of. Oh, and you can see the sort of the visor in the front is now on. So we're about halfway through the build now. We're working on the front faceplate. this might be one of the sides now. Yeah, this is like what I was talking about before, how it kind of jigsaws into place. And all the pieces line up to make kind of like a sphere, or like a dome shape, in ways that are kind of hard to see when you're just building on the table, but once it goes on, it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. So it looked kind of like a weird piece on the table, but when it goes on, it looks pretty good. And I'm pretty much just doing the mirror here on the other side. Just finishing up the other side and putting it on here. There, the other side is on. So the helmet's almost done. Got about a minute left. I think this part I struggled with a little bit. It was pretty quick, but when I was putting on the bottom of the mouth, the front face plate, like the grill section, or the frown, whatever you want to call it, popped off. So I kind of had to shimmy it back in place. I think that was the only difficult part of the build, and then all of the studs going on now are to make up the tube. And I had to mess around with this for a couple of minutes trying to get it to sit right. And I had to take it in and out, but I eventually got it looking good. And then the last step is coming up here. We just pop the top on and then put the front nameplate on, and then that's pretty much it. So I'll switch to some more close-up shots so you guys can check out the helmet. So here it is up close. The front tubes are a little fragile, but they don't pop off or anything. It's just they move around, which is, maybe the desired effect. But yeah, like I said, all the studs make a really cool dome effect, and I overall think the helmet looks pretty sweet. It is a little dark. There's not a lot of color differentiation, but I don't think that retracts from it all. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you